to see the sunrise. Feel love in my woman's eyes. Feel the touch of pressure. Is it recording?
Yeah.
Already? Okay.
Wait, is it? I think I need to be further back. Okay.
Oh yeah, if we stagger.
Good. Okay. Hey guys!
So today we are getting ready to go
To a sunflower field. But we wanted to do a little makeup story time, get ready with me, about how we first met and our first impressions of each other.
which, as you will see, are quite different.
Very different, which I didn't think was so different for the longest time, but Savannah apparently... We'll get there.
What was it now? Did you do this? My first day of school, I didn't get to go to my class I needed to go to because, they didn't have my schedule made or anything because I was a transfer. So the whole first day of school I had to spend like with the guidance counselor as she like made my schedule for me and stuff. And so I missed homeroom that day. Okay, so second day of school, my first class of the day was Miss Atkins, which was our homeroom teacher. I had her for Algebra 2, which was a junior class, and I was only a sophomore.
She's a smart cookie.
I was sitting at this pod all by myself, you know, because I'm very antisocial. And I used to
She used to be, but she's not anymore.
So then when homeroom changed, like that was still my homeroom too, so I just stayed in like the same seat or whatever, okay? So then little Miss Gabby comes in. She's like the first person in the classroom, you know.
Of course I am.
But she just like looks very uncomfortable. Not uncomfortable, but she was like...
I looked uncomfortable!
And then she was like... She sat down for like a few seconds and was like looking around. And I was like, hey,
I think she makes me seem a lot more like...
I don't even know
weird than I was. I was very welcoming, I feel like.
She was like, well, I just, yesterday, like, we all had, like, people were sitting here, so I just don't know. And she was just looking around, and
but
I was
she
like...
took that as something
bad! This girl's really just trying to make me uncomfortable, like, she's being... Okay, so then...
I was just trying to help her out, honestly. There were girls sitting there the day before, and this girl wasn't there that day, so I was like... Just so you know, like, I think somebody's sitting there. But that's how I thought it came off, but apparently
But, you know,
didn't.
I was like, I'm not moving because I'm already sitting here. I just felt like it was rude. But knowing Gabby now, you know, I'm more like, oh, like, she was really just trying to help me out. Like, she probably was like, which if you know Gabby, that was, like, a very accurate impression of her. That foundation looks really good.
Does it?
Yeah.
Thanks.
No, it looks really good.
Did you know I was new?
No, I did not.
That's probably another thing too. The funny thing is I saw Savannah before she saw me. Like there was a student to student meeting, which is like for all the new students in a school.
Oh, yeah.
Like they were trying to make everybody be friends, which never happened. Well, it kind of did. You, me, and Jackson. He asked me to homecoming.
Oh, we'll talk about that next.
Anyway, and I saw her and I was like, oh, that girl seems interesting. Like, I don't know. I just have a thing with people. I'm not trying to like toot my own horn, but like I have a thing with people. Like I can tell if they're going to be in my future or not. Like with like my ex-boyfriend, like when we first met in 8th grade, I saw him in my class and I was like,
I just wanted to be his lab partner.
No, really, I saw him and I was like, she was like, find a partner, and I just wanted to be his like lab partner. And it started like a great 5-year relationship. That's where we're going. We're almost on 5 years. I'm proud of us.
I know.
Like I just saw her and I was like, she seems interesting, but I didn't connect on the first day. Like when I saw her on the pod, that was the same girl.
Essentially, I wasn't in the market for friends. I thought I was better than everyone, but I also was like oddly intimidated.
Yeah.
After that, I mean, we would see each other in homeroom. We also had freaking Miss Bynum's class together, AP World.
Yeah.
And we ended up...
How do I fix this?
You can't.
Oh my god!
Like our little pod in homeroom kind of became like a group of friends.
Honestly, we were
Jonathan,
the hub of the class.
We had Jackson in our little pod. I think that was it, really.
Yeah, and Catherine added, and then the
yeah.
boy who should not be named. Lunch is the big...
So then, at lunch, you know, I was originally sitting with these two girls that were juniors. And then, you know, I was just like, I'm not feeling it. I could tell I was more just like a latch-on person, not really like part of the group, which is fine because I didn't talk a lot. Like, that was on me, you know?
Yeah.
So I just started sitting by myself in the courtyard. But then one day, I just go into the other courtyard and I see Gabs just chilling by herself. And I was like, oh my gosh. And me and Gabby started sitting together every single day.
Yeah.
We bonded over our sisters.
Yeah.
It was very like similar situations. Yeah. And we pretty much just became best friends. Every day I wouldn't bring a lunch.
This girl wouldn't eat.
So she would always give me like half of her sandwich, which was really nice. Like not necessary, but just I appreciate it.
She said my sourdough tasted like Play-Doh.
It did, but it was actually kind of good. Like I kind of like, sometimes I crave them. Is that weird? And homecoming was coming up, which was in October. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. So that was only like 2 months into school. So really we changed our minds about each other pretty fast.
But it didn't feel fast.
It didn't. It felt like forever, literally.
Yeah. And I think it was just because the whole experience was new and like we were still adjusting to everything that like every day just felt like years. I remember going home and like crying, and I remember Savannah telling me stories of her going home and like seeing her sister like bawling on the floor, and like we just weren't having the best times. But
it was
like,
a hard transition for sure.
I definitely think that Savannah being there for me and me being there for her helped us
definitely, because we both knew exactly what we were going through. Like it wasn't like we could be like, you don't understand.
Yeah.
Like
the other person knew exactly.
Like literally exactly knew
the sisters,
what
the
was
move,
going on.
you know, leaving everybody behind, moving to the same place at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Having the same classes, having to adjust the same way. It was just, I feel like, you know, everything happens for a reason. She was definitely there for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we decided instead of going to homecoming, we were going to have a little friend sleepover, a new friend sleepover at Gabby's house.
October 19th. It was the night that we first ever hung out outside of school.
Yes. And I remember I was so, like, not nervous, but I was also just like, I could tell it was, like, going to be an interesting experience. Because I'm very antisocial, and I get anxiety about hanging out with people I don't know very well. Well, I used to. Then I remember we were making, so me and Gabby are both very artistic, another similar, we're really just the same person.
I think so.
Like, everything I say, I'm just like, yeah, me and Gabby both.
When people, like, whenever I talk about Savannah, or whenever people, like, meet me and Savannah, they ask if we're sisters. And even though I feel like we don't look alike enough to be sisters,
we do have similar features.
Act the same.
And, yeah,
we have
our
similar
personalities
features.
are very the same. So we're both very artistic, and so for homecoming we would have door decorating contests, so each homeroom would decorate their door. So me and Gabby being new and artistic, we soon became the class door people. We did it every year after that.
Well, I did it by myself one year.
Yes. We were decorating the door, and it was circus theme, which was like the theme of our
How do you remember that?
Because I remember the thing was popcorn. So we made this, we were going to make popcorn in the door, and you could take it out and it would like have notes in it and stuff.
But like we were running it, we were running the door, but some other people were helping, right?
You know, like we would designate tasks to people. So Jackson, which was our friend, he was like one of our closest friends at the time, definitely like part of our little group and stuff. He was also a transfer, okay.
I was sitting on the floor and he comes out and like 10 people behind him, our whole homeroom pretty much.
With their phones out.
With their phones out, the flash was on, and I was sitting on the floor just doing my thing, and everybody starts screaming, and I turn around and he throws, like, the bucket of paper at me, but, like, he's holding the bucket, so, like, all the paper just falls out into my face, and I was, like, dazed, and Savannah's over here, like... It's, like, really, we're just one of those movies that you see the whole event happening, and you pan over, and then there's one person, like...
No, someone had a video. Jonathan had a video of it, and you watched me in the background, and I looked appalled.
She looked... terrified.
I looked pressed.
Because she knows. At this point, she knew about my whole situation with my boyfriend.
Oh, yeah, we haven't even mentioned that.
I went long distance with the guy that I met in 8th grade. We weren't together at that point.
That's why.
We weren't together, but we talked every day. So the bucket is, like, thrown at me, and at the bottom of the bucket says, will you go to homecoming or something like that? You know, just, like, something corny, popcorn. And I read it, and I just go, yes. I didn't want to embarrass him. I was under pressure, literally. Those things are really mean if the girl wants to say no. Me and Savannah at this point had already had plans to sleep over, okay? So,
like, he was there when we made.
He was there when we made, so he knew. Basically, I said yes, but I ended up later texting him, like, sorry, I'm not in a great place. Me and Savannah have, like, plans and stuff. I can't go with you.
So, Gabby gets up and goes to the bathroom, and I already know.
Felt the waterworks. I felt it. I felt it coming on.
So I went in there, and Gabby was just crying by the paper towel thing, and I really just comforted her in the bathroom and got her together, and we composed ourselves and came back, and everyone was really just staring at us.
Yeah. At that point, yes, she was my friend, but I hadn't considered her like a best friend because like it was still so new.
Yeah.
But like when she literally, it was like a movie. She like chased me into the bathroom and like we had this whole thing and she was like, "It's okay. Like I know you're sad. That was unfair and blah blah blah." And like it's weird, but you know when you just know you can confide in somebody. Yeah. That's how I felt at that moment. I was just pouring my heart out to her, and it was like literally, I feel like our friendship is a little like movie-like.
Yeah.
But it's something that I'm like happy about. Like I'm proud
same.
of us for like having such a nice friendship. Too long, didn't listen. Savannah thought I was a and I thought that she was just like an interesting girl.
Well, this really just puts me in a bad light.
In the end, it all worked out because as you can see, we're here. Almost finished! Well, we just finished our
Getting ready
with me story time. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry it's kind of everywhere.
Please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe. Share it with your friends. We're really trying to get some more subscribers because these videos do take a little bit of time. We don't want to just put them out for no one.
We're putting them out for ourselves, not you guys. Don't put that in there. That's so mean. I'm not mean. Okay. Also, comment down below if you think I look like a minion because I've been trying to tell Savannah. I was like, I said I look like Monsters Inc. or I look like, and I couldn't figure out what I looked like. And then I looked in the mirror and I was like, I look like a minion. But I kind of like it. It's the yellow and the overalls. That's all, you know. Comment down below.
Until next time.